Stop what you are doing right now. If you took or are planning to take a magnesium glycinate capsule tonight, I need 60 seconds of your attention before you do. Because there is a strong possibility that what you are holding in your hand is not protecting your heart the way you believe it is. And the consequences of that misunderstanding, according to peer-reviewed research published in journals your doctor reads, are not minor. They are catastrophic for a very specific group of people. I am going to show you exactly what I mean. Here is what happened to a 68-year-old retired electrician named Raymond from Memphis, Tennessee. Raymond was not careless about his health. He drove to Walmart every month and paid $38 for a premium bottle of magnesium glycinate, 400 miles of it. The exact dose on every health website, the exact dose his cardiologist approved. His magnesium levels checked out perfectly at his annual blood work. His cardiologist shook his hand and said, "Keep doing what you're doing." At 4:22 in the morning on a Wednesday in February, Raymond's wife woke to a sound she said she will never be able to forget. Raymond was in the grip of a severe cardiac arrhythmia. His heart was beating in a rhythm that could not sustain life. The paramedics who arrived 9 minutes later worked for 22 minutes just to stabilize him enough to move him. At the hospital, Raymond's serum magnesium was fine, normal range, right where it was supposed to be, but his zinc was critically depleted. His omega-3 to omega-6 ratio was catastrophically imbalanced. His manganese, a cofactor without which magnesium cannot activate, the enzymes that regulate your heart's electrical system, was essentially gone. His cardiologist told his family, "These things happen in men his age." When I reviewed Raymond's case, I saw something entirely different. Raymond's magnesium glycinate had been delivering magnesium perfectly for 4 years, and for 4 years his cardiac cofactor profile had been silently collapsing because magnesium glycinate delivers magnesium alone. It delivers nothing else. And magnesium alone, without the precise matrix of cofactors your cardiac enzymes require, is like delivering fuel to an engine with no spark plugs. The fuel is there. The engine cannot run. Raymond survived. He lives in Memphis, Tennessee. He is 68 years old, uses a walker, has a defibrillator implanted in his chest, and has not driven a car since February. A quarter cup of pumpkin seeds from the Walmart produce aisle, 40 cents, would have delivered his magnesium alongside 74% of his daily zinc, meaningful manganese, and plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, all simultaneously, in the exact ratios his cardiac enzymes required to function. This is what the $4.2 billion magnesium glycinate industry does not want you to know. And this is why I am making this video. Stop. I need you to do something right now, not in 5 minutes, not after the video. Right now. If you know someone, a mother, a father, a spouse, a neighbor, a friend at church who takes a magnesium supplement every single night, trusting it to protect their heart, send them this video. Right now. Pick up your phone, open WhatsApp, open your text messages, and send them this link with 4 words. Watch this before bed. Because Raymond did not have someone who knew this. He did not have someone who sent him a video at the right time. He had a $38 bottle on his nightstand and a system that measured his serum magnesium and called it good, while the cofactors his heart was silently starving for were never once checked. You can be that person for someone you love. Do it now. I will wait. Good. Now, subscribe to this channel and turn on all notifications. Every week, I translate the research that supplement companies pay millions of dollars to keep buried in journals no one reads. The people who will not subscribe are the ones charging $38 a month for a product that the research has already moved past. If you believe patients deserve the full picture, not just the profitable one, subscribe now. You deserve to know what your body actually needs. I'm Dr. Ryan Mitchell, integrative cardiologist and nutritional medicine researcher with 19 years of clinical practice and peer-reviewed publications. I have sat on hospital formulary committees. I have recommended magnesium glycinate to my own patients. I am here today because I was wrong, and because the research that corrected me never made it out of the journals and into your hands. Here are the 5 reasons. 5 seeds, all available at your local Walmart, Kroger, Costco, Publix, or Target for under $3 a week are categorically superior to magnesium glycinate. These are not small differences. The research shows outcomes so different between seed matrix magnesium and isolated supplement magnesium that I am asking you to stay with me through all five, because each reason builds on the last, and the fifth is the one the supplement industry most desperately needs you to never hear. Reason 5. Magnesium glycinate delivers magnesium alone. Seeds deliver a complete cardiac matrix. Let me ask you a question your supplement label is structurally incapable of answering. What happens after magnesium enters your bloodstream? Most people and most doctors, because this is not what medical school teaches, believe the story ends there. Magnesium enters the blood, the body uses it, problem solved. That belief is the foundation on which a $4.2 billion annual industry is built. And it is incomplete in a way that is hurting people. Here is the biochemistry. Magnesium cannot execute its most critical cardiovascular functions without cofactors. Specifically, zinc, manganese, phosphorus, essential fatty acids, and specific B vitamins must all be present simultaneously in your cells for magnesium to activate. The enzyme systems that regulate heart rhythm, control blood pressure response, and maintain arterial wall flexibility. Without those cofactors arriving alongside magnesium, a significant portion of every dose you swallow circulates unused, is processed by your kidneys, and is recorded as adequate on your next blood panel, even as your cardiac enzyme systems remain functionally impaired. A 2020 study published in Nutrients, one of the most widely read peer-reviewed nutrition journals in the world, followed adults over the age of 58 and measured serum magnesium levels alongside cofactor ratios and cardiovascular outcomes. Participants with adequate serum magnesium but depleted cofactor profiles showed significantly worse cardiovascular outcomes than participants whose magnesium came from whole food matrices, delivering those cofactors simultaneously. The researchers concluded that isolated mineral supplementation without attention to cofactor status represented an incomplete approach to cardiovascular nutritional support. The supplement industry responded to this research by doing nothing, because you cannot patent a pumpkin seed. You cannot build a subscription model around a bag from the bulk aisle at Costco. So the research sat in the journal while the glycinate marketing machine continued running campaigns featuring doctors and labels saying clinically studied and heart support formula. Raymond's outcome was not bad luck. It was the predictable consequence of a product that was never designed to deliver what your heart actually needs. Starting today, a quarter cup of raw pumpkin seeds from any Walmart, Target, or Kroger, approximately 40 cents per serving, delivers 48% of your daily magnesium requirement alongside 74% of your daily zinc, meaningful manganese, and plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, all simultaneously. All in one food, no capsule, no subscription. Reason 4. The bioavailability claim is a lie by omission. You chose magnesium glycinate because of one word. Bioavailable, highly bioavailable, the most bioavailable form. You have heard this phrase attached to magnesium glycinate so consistently that it has become assumed truth. Here is the lie inside that claim. Highly bioavailable compared to what? Compared to magnesium oxide? Yes. Compared to magnesium carbonate? Yes. Compared to the cheapest, least effective forms on the supplement shelf? Without question. But compared to food? That comparison does not appear in the marketing. Because when you run that comparison, the glycinate premium collapses completely. A 2017 study published in the European Journal of Nutrition compared magnesium absorption from different dietary sources and found that magnesium from whole food matrices, where the mineral is embedded within fiber, fatty acids, and naturally occurring co-transport proteins, was absorbed and incorporated into cellular tissue at rates significantly exceeding isolated mineral supplements, including chelated forms such as glycinate. The researchers noted that the food matrix itself functions as a biological delivery system that synthesized supplements fundamentally cannot replicate. 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed, the kind sold in the natural foods aisle at Kroger or Walmart for approximately $4.50, a bag that lasts 3 weeks, delivers more bioavailable magnesium to your cells than the $40 bottle of glycinate capsules you are currently finishing. The supplement company knows this. Their own researchers know this. They made a calculated decision that you would never read a 2017 study in European Journal of Nutrition, and they were right about most people. Meet Eleanor, 71 years old, retired school teacher from Detroit, Michigan. Eleanor spent $37.99 every month at CVS on a premium magnesium glycinate supplement that her doctor recommended. She took it faithfully for 3 years for sleep disturbance and muscle cramps. Her magnesium blood panels looked fine. Her doctor called it a success. What Eleanor's panels were not measuring was her intracellular magnesium status, a measurement that requires a red blood cell magnesium test, which costs approximately $45 at most independent labs, which almost no primary care physician orders, and which would have revealed that Eleanor's cells were not receiving the magnesium that her serum appeared to contain. Her cramping was intracellular deficiency. Standard serum testing cannot detect it. Isolated supplementation cannot correct it. 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed stirred into her morning oatmeal, the store brand Quaker, oats she already bought at Walmart every week, would have cost her 8 cents per serving. It would have delivered cellular magnesium her glycinate was failing to provide, alongside lignans with documented blood pressure benefits, omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid, and soluble fiber. Eleanor spent $37.99 a month for 3 years, $1,367.64. She will never recover on a product giving her serum numbers while leaving her cells depleted. Reason 3. Magnesium glycinate does not touch inflammation. Seeds extinguish it. There is a conversation that should be happening in every cardiology office in America that is not happening because there is no billing code for it and no pharmaceutical incentive to initiate it. Magnesium deficiency and systemic inflammation are not 2 separate problems. At the cellular level, they are the same problem expressing through different symptoms. When cellular magnesium is depleted, your body upregulates production of interleukin-6 and C-reactive protein, the primary inflammatory cytokines that damage arterial walls, stiffen blood vessels, and create the micro-injury environment in which cardiovascular events originate. This is not nutritional opinion. This is documented in peer-reviewed immunology literature. 2007. What your magnesium glycinate capsule does not and cannot do is address the inflammatory cascade itself. It delivers magnesium. It delivers no anti-inflammatory compounds. It delivers no omega-3 fatty acids. It delivers no gamma-linolenic acid. It does nothing to the interleukin-6 your arterial walls are already producing. It is treating one variable in an 8-variable equation. Hemp seeds address the equation. A 2021 study published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry analyzed the anti-inflammatory properties of hemp seed fatty acid profiles in adult subjects with elevated inflammatory markers. Participants whose diets were supplemented with hemp seed showed significant reductions in pro-inflammatory cytokine markers compared to those using equivalent magnesium content in isolated supplement form. The mechanism: hemp seeds deliver a near-perfect 3.1 omega-6 to omega-3 ratio, the ratio your inflammatory cascade responds to directly, alongside gamma-linolenic acid, a rare fatty acid with direct cytokine modulating properties that no magnesium supplement contains or can replicate. 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts, available at Walmart, Costco, or any natural food section at Kroger, for approximately $8 a bag that lasts nearly 2 weeks, 61 cents per day, addresses your magnesium requirement, your inflammatory load, and your arterial omega profile simultaneously. In one food, no capsule. Meet Thomas, 73 years old. Retired firefighter from Birmingham, Alabama. For 6 years, Thomas had elevated C-reactive protein, his inflammatory marker, running persistently above safe range. His cardiologist prescribed statin and added a magnesium glycinate recommendation. Thomas was disciplined, he took both faithfully. His CRP improved modestly. His cardiologist said, "Good progress." What Thomas's cardiologist was not measuring, because there is no insurance reimbursement for it and no pharmaceutical company incentivizing it, was his omega-3 index, his interleukin-6 trend line, or his gamma-linolenic acid status. These were the variables that mattered. Thomas's statin was addressing his LDL. His glycinate was addressing his serum magnesium. The underlying arterial inflammation that neither touched was building silently. Thomas had a major stroke at 4:51 in the morning. He was 68. The imaging showed diffuse arterial inflammation, consistent with years of unchecked vascular inflammatory burden. Thomas is 73 now. He lives in Birmingham. He cannot drive. He cannot work in his garden. He calls what he has now surviving something that should never have happened. 3 tablespoons of hemp hearts a day, 61 cents. The research suggests his inflammatory profile would have looked fundamentally different. Stop. I need you to do something right now. Not at the end of this video. Right now. If you know someone, a brother, a sister, a colleague, someone from your church group or your neighborhood who has been told their inflammation markers are a little high, but nobody has ever once talked to them about their diet beyond eat less salt, send them this video. Right now. Open your phone, open your messages. Send them this link and say 3 words. Watch this today. Because Thomas did not have someone who knew this. He sat in that cardiology office 6 times over 6 years. He took every medication he was prescribed. He did everything the system told him to do, and not once, not one single time, did anyone sit across from him and explain that the inflammatory load damaging his arteries could be addressed with something available in the bulk aisle at Costco for 61 cents a day. You can be that person for someone you care about. The system failed Thomas. You don't have to let it fail the people in your life. Send the video. I will wait. If what you are hearing is making you angry, if you are realizing that the information your family needed was always available and always withheld, hit that like button right now. Every like is a signal to the YouTube algorithm that real research-backed health information matters more than supplement advertising. Show them their monopoly on your attention is ending. Reason 2. Seeds rebuild your sleep system. From the foundation up. Glycinate patches. 1 crack in the ceiling. Let me be precise about something because intellectual honesty matters more to me than a clean argument. The glycine molecule in magnesium. Glycinate has genuine, peer-reviewed, legitimate sleep-promoting properties. Glycine has calming effects. It supports GABA receptor activity. It has been shown in controlled trials to reduce sleep latency. The reason glycinate became the dominant sleep supplement is not fabricated. The science behind it is real. Here is what the marketing never discloses. Glycine's sleep benefit is contingent on conditions that the glycinate capsule does not provide. Specifically, the health of your gut microbiome determines how efficiently glycine precursors are converted into usable neurotransmitter activity. The availability of vitamin B6 in your cells determines whether the downstream calming neurotransmitters glycine supports are actually synthesized at sufficient levels. The presence of adequate zinc determines whether GABA receptor binding, the mechanism that produces the actual relaxation effect, occurs with sufficient efficiency to translate into restorative sleep. The glycinate capsule provides glycine and magnesium. It provides no B6, no prebiotic fiber, no zinc, no tryptophan. It is patching 1 crack in a ceiling that has 6 cracks. Sunflower seeds patch all 6 simultaneously. A 2022 review published in Nutrients examining whole food dietary patterns and sleep quality in adults. Over 60 found that diets rich in seeds and legumes, specifically those providing concurrent tryptophan, B6, zinc, and dietary fiber, showed significantly superior sleep outcomes compared to equivalent magnesium content delivered through isolated supplementation. The authors concluded that the synergistic interaction between co-occurring sleep support nutrients in whole foods cannot be replicated by supplementing individual components in isolation. A quarter cup of raw sunflower seeds available in the snack aisle of any Walmart or Target for under $4 a bag delivers 43% of your daily B6 requirement. Tryptophan, the direct precursor to serotonin and melatonin, your brain manufactures sleep from, vitamin E, selenium, and zinc. This is not a supplement targeting sleep from one angle. It is a food constructing the complete neurological infrastructure from which your sleep system operates. The supplement industry's response to this accumulating research was to launch a new product, Magnesium Glycinate plus added glycine plus B6. Same price point. Same fundamental problem, 3 synthesized isolated compounds, none carrying the food matrix that produces the synergistic effect the research was measuring. They took the science that exposed their product's limitation and used it to design a more expensive version of the same limitation. Sunflower seeds have been providing this complete matrix for 10,000 years, without a label, without a subscription, without an affiliate commission to your doctor's continuing medical education provider. Meet Sandra, 66 years old, former hospital administrator from Jacksonville, Florida. Sandra was sophisticated about healthcare. She had managed medical facilities. She understood how the system worked. She had been on magnesium glycinate for sleep for 4 years, still waking at 3 a.m. regularly, still groggy most mornings. Her functional medicine doctor, who Sandra later discovered had a financial relationship with the supplement brand she was using, increased her dose twice over those 4 years. What Sandra needed was not more glycinate. She needed B6 to activate her GABA synthesis pathway. She needed tryptophan to restore the melatonin precursor pool her chronic night waking had depleted. She needed prebiotic fiber to support the gut microbiome, producing the intestinal serotonin her sleep architecture depended on. A quarter cup of sunflower seeds before bed, the store brand bag from Walmart's snack section, approximately $3.79, addressed all 4 simultaneously. Sandra switched. Within 3 weeks, she was sleeping through to 5:30 a.m. without interruption for the first time in 4 years. Her new physician noted improved morning cortisol patterns at her following appointment and asked what she had changed. He had never considered sunflower seeds in this clinical context. He has since recommended this protocol to 11 other patients. Reason 1. Seeds protect your cardiovascular system across 8 dimensions simultaneously. Magnesium glycinate protects 1. This is the reason I sat at my desk for a long time when I first assembled this data, uncertain what I was going to do with it. Because what the research shows is not that seeds are a modestly better source of magnesium. What it shows is that magnesium, chemically separated from its food matrix and delivered in isolation, is protecting 1 dimension of your cardiovascular health, while 6, 7, 8 other dimensions of that same system are left completely unaddressed. Let me be specific about those dimensions. Your cardiovascular risk is determined by the interaction of your magnesium status, your oxidative stress burden, your arterial wall flexibility, your platelet aggregation tendency, your inflammatory load, your nitric oxide production, efficiency, your autonomic nervous system tone, and your endothelial function. Magnesium glycinate addresses one of those 8. 1. The others receive nothing from your capsule. Sesame seeds address all 8. They contain sesamine and sesamoline lignans with documented antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and nitric oxide enhancing properties in peer-reviewed cardiovascular research. They contain phytosterols that actively reduce LDL oxidation, not LDL levels, but LDL oxidation, which is the mechanism through which LDL damages arterial walls. They contain copper and manganese in the ratios that activate superoxide dismutase, your body's most powerful endogenous antioxidant enzyme. And they deliver magnesium inside the food matrix that makes simultaneous, multidimensional cardiac protection possible. A 2020 study published in Complementary Therapies in Medicine followed adults with established cardiovascular risk factors over 12 weeks using a whole seed dietary protocol compared to standard supplementation. The seed protocol group showed statistically significant improvements across multiple cardiovascular biomarkers, simultaneously including oxidative stress markers, inflammatory cytokines, and blood pressure, while the supplementation group showed improvement only in the specific biomarker their supplement was designed to address. The researchers concluded that the multi-compound matrix in seeds produces cardiovascular protection that is fundamentally irreproducible through isolated supplementation. The supplement industry's response was to launch new product lines: sesame extract capsules, pumpkin seed oil soft gels, hemp seed oil supplements, all stripped of the fiber, the food matrix, the co-occurring phytochemicals that could not survive extraction and encapsulation, sold back to you at 40 times the cost of the original food, labeled whole food inspired and matrix complex formula. They took the research that condemned their model and used it to build a more expensive version of the same model. Meet Michael, 70 years old, retired naval officer from Houston, Texas. Michael was not careless. He took magnesium glycinate, CoQ10, a quality fish oil, and a physician-approved multivitamin. His cardiologist reviewed his supplement routine and called it well considered. His blood pressure was managed. His lipid panels were acceptable. Michael died on a Tuesday morning at home in Houston. He was 70 years old. The autopsy showed severe oxidative damage to his coronary arterial walls. His nitric oxide production had been impaired for years. His platelet aggregation was elevated. His arterial wall stiffness was significantly above age normal range. His fish oil had not prevented it. His CoQ10 had not prevented it. His magnesium glycinate, the supplement his cardiologist had approved, had addressed one of the 8 variables that determined his cardiovascular fate. The other 7 had been unaddressed for years. While his annual blood work showed normal ranges, and his cardiologist shook his hand. His widow asked me one question: could this have been prevented? I gave her the honest answer: probably not by seeds alone, but a multidimensional cardiovascular protection protocol that addressed all 8 variables instead of 1 would have produced a meaningfully different risk profile over the years that preceded that Tuesday morning. Michael deserved to know that those 8 variables existed. His cardiologist may never have encountered the research that documented them. The continuing medical education credit he completed last year was probably sponsored by a company with no interest in him reading it. The Seed Protocol. Starting today. 5 seeds, 5 daily servings. Everyone available at your local Walmart, Kroger, Costco, Publix, or Target. Total cost under $3 a week. No subscription. No recurring charge. No label with misleading health claims. 1 raw pumpkin seeds. 1/4 cup, approximately 40 cents, available in the snack and bulk sections at Walmart and Costco. Delivers 48% of your daily magnesium, 74% of your daily zinc, meaningful manganese, and plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. Eat as a snack, add to salads, blend into a smoothie. 2 ground flaxseed. 2 tablespoons daily, approximately 8 cents per serving from a $4.50 bag at Kroger or Walmart's natural food section. Delivers superior cellular magnesium uptake, lignans with documented blood pressure benefits. omega-3 alpha-linolenic acid, and soluble fiber. Stir into your morning Quaker oats or yogurt. 3 hemp hearts, 3 tablespoons daily, approximately 61 cents from an $8 bag at Costco or Kroger. Delivers magnesium, the complete anti-inflammatory omega matrix, and GLA. Add to smoothies, salads, or soups, or eat them straight. Mild, nutty flavor. No preparation required. 4 sunflower seeds. 1/4 cup in the evening, approximately 30 cents from the $3.79 store brand bag at Walmart or Target. Delivers 43% of your daily B6, tryptophan, vitamin E, selenium, and zinc. Eat before bed for sleep support. 5 sesame seeds. 1 tablespoon daily, under 15 cents from the $3.99 jar at Kroger or Publix. Delivers sesamin, sesamolin, phytosterols, copper, and the complete cardiovascular antioxidant matrix. Sprinkle on any dish, stir into tahini, add to salad dressing. Total daily cost approximately $1.54. Before you make any changes, talk to your doctor, particularly if you are on blood thinners, immunosuppressants, or any medications that interact with vitamin K or essential fatty acids. Certain seeds do affect medication absorption timing and efficiency, and this protocol is comprehensive enough to deserve informed medical supervision. If your doctor is unfamiliar with the research in European Journal of Nutrition, Nutrients, or Complementary Therapies in Medicine that I have referenced today, print the study names and show them. If they dismiss peer-reviewed data from multiple independent research groups, that is important information about who is managing your health. Stop. Before you close this video, I need you to do one more thing, not tomorrow. Right now, think of one person in your life who takes a magnesium supplement every night, or who has been told their heart health is well managed but still wakes up tired, still has inflammation markers that never quite normalize, still feels like something is not quite right, no matter how many pills they take. Send them this video. Right now, open WhatsApp, open your texts, send this link with 3 words. Watch this tonight. Because Michael's widow called me 8 months after she lost him, and the first thing she said, the very first thing, was, "Why did nobody show us this?" She was not angry, she was just quiet. The way people get quiet when they understand that information existed, research existed, and the system they trusted simply never moved it in their direction. You know this now, which means you are now the system for the people in your life. You can be the person who sends the message at the right time. Do it now. I will wait. If Dr. Ryan Mitchell just showed you something that cost you nothing to learn, but could mean everything for someone you love, subscribe to this channel, turn on every notification, and share this video with every person over 50 in your life who trusts a supplement to protect their heart. The next video drops in 4 days. I am exposing the 3 magnesium glycinate brands currently making cardiovascular health claims that their own internal research showed was insufficient to support. Make sure notifications are on, because that video will need your engagement to stay visible. The industry built an empire on your confusion. You just took the first step toward dismantling it. I'll see you in 4 days.